Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've seen a lot of blockbuster moves, a ton of high-stakes trades, and some legendary shifts that changed the course of franchises forever. But let me tell you what's happening right now. It's on another level. Something so unprecedented, so shocking, I can guarantee you, what you're about to hear might actually blow your mind. I've got connections, insiders, sources close to both teams, and every sign points to one inescapable conclusion. And trust me, the whispers are getting louder every hour. What's unfolding here is not just another trade rumor. This is a paradigm shift. And if I'm right, it could alter the NFL landscape in ways you, and honestly, I as a former scout can't even fully process yet. But I promise you what's happening behind closed doors. It's bigger than most of you can even fathom right now. Now listen carefully, because this isn't some lazy rumor, some recycled speculation. No, this is real. This is happening. And I'm telling you, if you want the full, unfiltered truth, if you're ready to see what's truly brewing beneath the surface of the NFL's biggest chess moves, you need to stay locked in. Do the right thing, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Because what I'm about to reveal will not only shake your understanding of this offseason, but could redefine what you think is possible in the NFL. Turn on that notification bell as well. You see, there's a divide in this league right now, between the casual fans who just watch the highlights and the insiders who see the game unfolding in real time. If you're one of the latter, welcome to the inside circle. Because what I'm about to uncover is so explosive, so game-changing, it's like discovering the secret blueprint that the NFL's top powers have been hiding for years. Are you ready? Because this story goes deep, beyond rumors, beyond whispers, into the core of what might be the most audacious player movement of the 2026 season. And trust me, what I'm about to say isn't just about a player, a team, or even a trade. It's about an entire NFL strategy, a master plan that's been months in the making, and it culminates right now, with the Pittsburgh Steelers on the brink of what could be their biggest move in franchise history. Let's set the stage for what's happening inside the Steel City. The Steelers, a franchise built on grit, defense, and a no-nonsense approach, have just undergone a seismic shift with the hiring of Mike McCarthy, a coach whose legacy spans 2 decades, Super Bowls, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. This isn't just a coaching change, it's a full-scale reset. Art Rooney isn't playing around anymore. After Mike Tomlin's stunning resignation, a move that shocked the league, Rooney made a statement. We're in win-now mode, and that means bold, aggressive steps. Bringing in McCarthy, a proven winner with a pedigree of success in Green Bay and Dallas, signals that the Steelers are preparing for a major, all-in approach. The key question, what's the missing piece of their puzzle that can elevate them from a good team to a true contender? And I'll tell you, it's not just a quarterback. It's not just a linebacker or a receiver. They need someone who can profoundly alter their offensive dynamic, a game-changer that fits their style perfectly. And if I've uncovered the right intel, that solution is Christian McCaffrey. Yes, you heard that right. Christian McCaffrey, the versatile superstar who, until just a few years ago, was considered the NFL's ultimate offensive weapon, rushing, receiving, pass protection, elite work ethic. The guy who made the Carolina Panthers a fence hum for years, before injuries and team struggles slowed him down. But here's what you might not realize. The McCaffrey that's being discussed for the Steelers isn't just the same guy you saw in 2022 or 2023. No, this is a revamped, reinvented, total game changer who's coming into his prime, and the reason behind this possible blockbuster. McCaffrey's current team, the San Francisco 49ers, are exploring all options. The 49ers, known for their patience and strategic thinking, have quietly signaled that they're open to a trade if the right offer comes along. Why? Because after a grueling 2025 season that saw McCaffrey carry an unprecedented workload, despite injuries, despite the wear and tear, they're considering a strategic reset, especially with their evolving backfield and salary cap considerations. They're aware that their window for a championship is still open, but also that McCaffrey's style of play, while explosive, comes with risks that could threaten their Super Bowl ambitions if they push too hard. Now wait, before you dismiss it as just another rumor, listen closely. The signals are there. Multiple sources, including people I trust implicitly, have confirmed that there's real momentum behind this move. Not just idle talk. Behind the scenes, there's been a flurry of secret meetings, clandestine negotiations, and even, get this, phone calls between McCaffrey's camp, the Steelers' brass, and key decision-makers in San Francisco. It's all happening under a veil of secrecy, but the signs are undeniable. And here's the kicker. The reason McCaffrey might find his way to Pittsburgh isn't just about capability. No, it's about a perfect scheme fit. Mike McCarthy, known for his offensive ingenuity, has always appreciated dual-threat backs. They're a coach's dream. With his experience handling explosive playmakers like Aaron Jones, and even his years working with chaos agents like Ezekiel Elliott, McCarthy understands how to maximize a player like McCaffrey. And with the Steelers' offensive philosophy rooted in a balanced attack, complemented by a strong run game and a mobile quarterback, McCaffrey would fit like a glove. Think about it. A Pittsburgh offense that effectively deploys McCaffrey in multiple roles, running, receiving, screens, even short yardage, while unleashing a future quarterback of the franchise. Can you imagine a backfield with Najee Harris still involved but paired with McCaffrey? Or even a creative scheme where McCaffrey takes on a primary role, dynamic, unpredictable, lethal. And let's talk about the stats, because they're staggering. Even in that heavy workload season of 2025, McCaffrey racked up over 300 touches, rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns. His numbers rival the best season any back has had in recent history. And what's more, advanced metrics show that when healthy, his YAC yards after contact, EV expected value, and missed tackles forced per game are miles ahead of his peers. In fact, per next-gen stats, McCaffrey's explosive run rate and reception yards per game placed him in elite company. Those same numbers make him a perfect fit for McCarthy's offense, which thrives on unpredictability and explosive plays. But what about the trade mechanics? How could the Steelers pull this off? Well, here's where it gets even more interesting. The compensation package that the 49ers might demand. It's not a simple second-round pick and a young player. No, given McCaffrey's contract, $38 million over 2 years with a cap hit that's manageable under NFL rules, they'll expect premium draft capital. Maybe a first-round pick, possibly a high-value player or a combination of picks, say a future first and a third, plus a conditional pick based on performance. The Steelers, with their draft capital and salary cap flexibility, could craft a deal that satisfies both sides. Remember, they've got no major cap hits looming. If anything, this move could clear some space by moving on from veteran contracts, opening avenues for future signings and extensions. And what about the potential losers? The 49ers might lose their best offensive weapon, but in a league that emphasizes longevity and roster flexibility, they could see this as an opportunity to shake things up, especially if they're targeting younger backs or adjusting their scheme to a more pass-heavy attack. Plus, a high draft pick from the Steelers could give them a strategic advantage in the upcoming draft, selecting a future star. Now, let's evaluate the fit more deeply, because this isn't just about acquisition. This is about making the Steelers a franchise with a true, modern-day offensive superstar. With McCarthy's history of scheming for versatile backs, think of the Packers' Aaron Jones or the Cowboys' Tony Pollard. He'd craft a system where McCaffrey isn't just a running back. He's a weapon. Out of the backfield on screens, split wide, even as a guy who lines up in the slot. He can unlock defenses in ways few players can. Think about the comparisons. Is he a modern Marshall Faulk? A running back who rivals the best slot receivers in yards after catch? Or perhaps a hybrid like Christian McCaffrey, who truly can do everything? His projected impact on this Steelers offense would be immediate and seismic. A quarterback like Rodgers, who's still got years left, would absolutely thrive with a guy like McCaffrey running routes, creating mismatches, and making explosive plays. And what about the long term? If the Steelers pull this off, they're not just making a splash, they're planting a flag. A true statement. We're here to win now, and we're willing to go all in. Because McCaffrey's presence would transform their offense into one of the most dynamic, unpredictable units in the league. It's exactly what a team with a defensive identity and an aging quarterback needs. A spark, a star that can elevate everything. And the final verdict? Here's what I believe. This move is not just plausible, it's inevitable if the right signals emerge. The current landscape favors bold decisions. The Steelers, with their cap room, draft picks, and new coaching approach, are perfectly positioned. The 49ers? They know the value of a player like McCaffrey, but they also see the bigger picture, an opportunity to reshape their roster and potentially recoup premium assets. Watch closely in the coming weeks. Because if this trade happens, it will be the domino that sets off a chain reaction, altering free agency, draft strategies, and team philosophies across the league. And mark my words, the moment that Christian McCaffrey dons the black and gold in Heinz Field, that's when Pittsburgh turns a page. A new era begins, one defined by star power, strategic genius, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. Stay tuned, because I guarantee you, what I just laid out here, it's just the beginning. The real story is still unfolding behind the curtains, and when it finally breaks, it'll be historical. It's not just a trade rumor. It's a revolution in the making, and if you're not paying attention now, you'll regret missing the moment this unstoppable force changes everything.